150 likes, I'll set my hair on fire. I'm not gonna say which body hair, but something's gonna get set on fire. So let's make it right.
But I don't know if I should leave this in or if I should start the show or what. I think that it was halfway through your statement, but I'm sure at some point you made a promise about setting yourself on fire.
That's right, like exactly as I said in what was captured, 250 likes, and I'm going to set my body hair on fire for the culture. Introducing webcam interaction.
Are you telling me the next 7 words Eggy says will be the title of this episode?
Fruit scented.
Is that 1 or 2 words?
No, actually, no. Hold on. Can we no, because...
No, this is all canon, I think. Fruit scented. Hold on. No. I'm fine with that.
That's about as good as it's gonna get.
And once they see that there's webcam, they'll be satisfied with the title is irrelevant. I don't know if we don't need, like, the only clickbait is to say that there's iDubbbz drama evidently that got 10,000 fucking views, which is completely unnecessary.
Now, this episode, we have to talk extremely in depth about everything that happened in the conclusion of Fishtank Season 1. That'll really get a lot of eyes and ears. But unfortunately, I never watched any of it, so...
Oops. Yeah, that's really our bad for not paying attention to the culture. I should say that today, Eggy... have you ever promised your fan base one day, oh, I've overcome this addiction of mine, I'll never do it again, and then like the next day you're on webcam holding a Red Bull?
Well, yeah, I think that's me, but with alcohol. But today I'm actually not drinking alcohol, so I think I'm winning.
Well, I did say I was sticking to water only in preparation for my fight with Rusty, which I'm going to announce on here officially. Rusty and I were on a Discord call last night, not even recording, just 2 old buddies chatting it up. And we talked about this fight. And he said, while he cannot do it on 9/11, perhaps out of respect for the country and those who died, I don't know. But at some point, unironically, no joke here, we're not doing the Emp Lemon bit. It's not another epic lie. He sincerely wants to do this fight. And it sounds like it's going to happen. We just don't know when. Maybe early 2024, maybe the end of this year. And we'll definitely get Eggy in there as the overcard or the undercard or fucking simultaneous the 2 fights in 1 ring at the same time. Anything could happen. I was just on a podcast today, Eggy, called Some Ordinary Podcasters. It's with like Mudahar and Nux Taku and me. We're on there today. Okay. And I was talking about this fight, and I said, hey, you guys have a contact with Nico Kato Avocado, and my friend Eggy wants to fight him. Do we think we could set this up? So, who knows?
Well, how tall is Mudahar? I mean, I've never met him, but, our necks look like the same kind of density of adipose tissue, so maybe we're a similar weight. I just don't know what his height is. We're similar body fat percentage, so we might be in the same weight class. I don't know. You know what? India and America, a long fermenting battle. It might be time to settle it in Rusty Cage's backyard. But hey, the Nikocado, he's over there in Ukraine. And obviously we had a very controversial podcast that really drew some lines in the sand about Eastern European warfare. Mm-hmm. So maybe I need to double down on that position that I really don't care about at all and deliver these fists of freedom to one of these Ukrainian chuds. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot to go roundabout back to the Red Bull point, but I knew I had to go on this big podcast today, and it's intimidating enough that it's probably going to get like 90,000 fucking views like all their podcasts do. And Eggy, you can attest to this. Since before you left my house, like I came down with a terrible illness, like very bad throat, and I was hoping it was COVID or whatever and it would be gone, but it seems it's just hardcore seasonal allergies, and they have not left me alone. And at this point I'm just saying, like, fuck it, like I just cannot care anymore. If I'm gonna be snotting it up on camera, fuck it, the people will have to learn to live with it. So in
fact, if anything, you should do it every now and then just to assert your dominance.
Blow my nose.
Dude?
Show it off to the camera so they can see my haul.
That's right.
But I did take a lot of allergy medicine this morning so that hopefully it would be as low as possible for this big fucking podcast I'm going on that they forced me to be on camera for some fucking reason, even though Nux isn't even on camera, but whatever, Nux. That's fine. But anyway, allergy medicine had me drowsy enough that I had to break my training rule and get that caffeine in the form of Red Bull. So I'm so sorry to everybody for letting you down.
I'm just going to tell you like this, as a absolutely respected fitness expert that I am, there's really nothing wrong with getting some caffeine in your system and training at the same time. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I've ever seen Sam Hyde drink an energy drink when I was doing boxing training with him, but...
What was he drinking?
He was drinking zippy water. That's what he was drinking. I don't know. It's a special blend of I don't know. It just came in these tubs wrapped in Bitcoin wrapping paper, and he would take it into a room and turn the lights off. I don't know, but he came out and he was doing backflips and shit. Anyway,
okay,
that's deep. That's a deep cut of lore, only recognized by few. But anyways, with that being said, pre-workout is essentially just like caffeine and creatine and all that shit. Like, that's what all these bodybuilders and stuff eat and drink, and that's what they use for like super energy. So it's probably fine to have some caffeine.
Well, on one hand, this can says it's 110 calories. It's not going to kill me. But on the other hand, it is also 53% of my daily sugar. So I guess if I just don't drink 2 of them and don't eat candy all day, I should be fine.
Yeah, I suppose that is the difference there, is that pre-workout is just a pure blend of chemicals without sugar. You just mix it in water and you just drink it down like it tastes like medicine. Some of it tastes like candy, depending on what kind you get, I guess. But I don't know, it'd make you like super tweaked out legally and effectively, from what I hear.
Well, Eggy, you actually know what you're talking about with this stuff. Like when it comes to getting muscle powders and mixing them up with your epic shaker thing, and I have no clue where to even begin. That might as well be a fucking different language to me. Should we do some sort of like Mumkey gets trained by Eggy, like the boot camp that they were doing for Wings, but you're gonna get me ready for this boxing like a Little Mac and his black trainer.
That's right.
It's literally us.
You need a real brother in the ring, you know what I'm saying? A real pro brother. But anyway, I mean, I know enough. I could give you a nice baseline, some groundwork for just some of these basic things. None of my training has seemed to really ever prosper. I kind of seem to... I mean, I do things that feel right and whatever. I just have never really seen a lot of great results, so I'm probably not a great personal trainer to a full extent.
Well, I think Rusty's got fucking Trash Rat and Imp Lemon training him, so you cannot be worse than them, Eggy. I'm sure I'll get something out of it.
Rusty's sitting there with Impossible Whoppers just going at him.
Yeah, imagine getting trained by a fucking vegan. I'm gonna kill him. He doesn't stand a fucking. You and me are only gonna eat meat until the fight. Nothing but.
Okay. Literally, if we just raw eggs and meat and rice and oats and what else, and eat before you go to bed at
salmon?
night. Eat like 4 ounces of cottage cheese every night. That's one that I was. Because cottage cheese is a slow digesting protein, so if you eat like a cup of that before you go to bed, it basically slow drips protein to your muscles all night.
I love that slow drip of that delicious white stuff.
But that's at a point in time, it would be I would go and after my workout I would have a little bit of fruit, because that natural sugar from that fruit was supposed to kind of aid recovery. A little bit of protein shake. I don't know, some people do before and after. I would do it after, typically, just because I want to have my carb heavy serving prior to my workout, because that would deliver the nutrients to your muscles and give you that energy you need for that workout. Then I kind of go with the protein, a little bit of fruit for that recovery. And then since I tended to work out closer to my bedtime, I would kind of, go home, shower, get cleaned up. And then before I'd go to bed, I'd have some water, and then I'd have a serving of cottage cheese. But that was what I was at my peak performance. I'm not so much right now, but just a little something. A little free game. You don't got to pay me for no ebook. Shout out to the viewers. Let's go.
What are your thoughts on the practice of intermittent fasting, where you only eat in like a 6-hour window during the day?
Well, see, what did there used to be something years ago, back when I was in my prime, we had something, it was like the metabolic window or something. I'm paraphrasing here, I don't remember specifically, but it was essentially the practice where you'd, not intermittent fasting, but you would eat small portions, like maybe 100-calorie portion of something like 7 to 8 times a day. Because basically the idea was that you would have this little bit, or depending on however many calories, you kind of divvy up your calories for the day, and you say, all right, kind of fraction it out. But you'd eat so much frequently throughout the day, every couple of hours or every hour and a half, whatever it was, because that would basically keep your engine running. The idea was that if you would go between meals, it would kind of like your metabolism would slow down, and then it would have to kind of pick back up again, and then it would like slow down again. So if you ate small portions throughout the day, that would kind of keep your engine running, and I guess that was supposed to be better for your physique. But that was many years ago. I don't remember all the specifics, but that was the general idea, though.
But that would have you also eating right before bed? Because I've also read avoid eating like 3 hours before you go to bed. But with the cottage cheese, maybe it's different because of all the stuff you said.
Yeah, I mean, it is true that typically if you eat before bed, that's going to basically just all that potential energy, the kilojoules or whatever, which translates into calories, which translate into grams of body mass, that's basically going to go straight to shit. Like, it's not going to be beneficial to your body at all because it's immediately going into that resting state. But following a workout, you need that rest to recover from the workout, and the cottage cheese, at least this is what the science was at the time. I don't know. I do trust the science, but it's been, over 10 years. Basically the...
Is this the science of what I read on Fit? Like it was the sticky that day?
I think the sticky's been the same for probably since day one.
The fundamentals never change. That's right.
It's true. That's right. If anything, they get more befuddled by the bro science of these fitness Instagrammers who want to sell the latest fish oil, but actual fish oil is good. The latest snake oil. All you got to do is eat a lot of raw eggs and meat and rice and oats and cottage cheese.
So am I making a big mistake in nutritionally when I make my hard-boiled eggs every morning? Should I really just crack them raw into my fucking mouth?
Well, first off, yes. But second off, hard-boiled eggs are also fine, but raw eggs are really where it's at. But if you're, egg intake, not to sound like a shill for my people, but...
Yeah, you don't hear me advocating for fucking bananas on here, you bastard.
Well, shout out to Durian Rider. He did comment on one of my videos one time. He's the guy who created 40 bananas a day diet. He commented on one of my videos.
How's that working out for him?
He's got like 6,000 videos uploaded on YouTube, so, he's doing his thing.
M. Lemon, take some notes.
That's right.
Training Rusty. Give him 40 bananas a day.
Good enough for Durian Rider. It's good enough for me, but I'm not going to do it. But it's still, if I needed to, it would be good enough.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap. Not a bad diet, I guess. Probably overdose on potassium, though, right? That's probably a thing.
Maybe that's the secret, that's like Super Saiyan when they're in the hyperbolic time chamber or whatever, and they're, waiting like 10,000 years of training. It's like you hit that potassium ceiling and you break right through it, and you
just keep getting stronger.
Of the ancients, ancient Greeks, they didn't even work out. They just ate that 41st banana in the day, and the muscles started going.
I think if you tried it, it'd be like a Chubby Emu video. EW reported to the emergency room having eaten 40 bananas a day for 2 months.
You gonna tell me that
your skin's literally gonna be fucking yellow?
You're gonna tell me that a YouTuber who does things for profit on the internet might be telling me a not truth? It's not really what he's saying isn't actually real. I don't know. I think I have to go with.
Are there really some big profits in making videos about eating bananas? Because I'm missing out if there is. I could be rich.
Had this guy. He had like 10 different websites.
I eat 40bananasaday.com.
Well, first off, 40bananasaday.com was literally a real website. But he had many streams of because once again, not to throw his credibility into question or anything, but people who really make their whole basis of what they do something related to fitness or health, and they are selling a product or a service along with it, they are going to continuously, constantly be branching out and basically pivoting and opening other new streams of revenue, because they're going to say, well, you know, you read my book, but oh my goodness, wait a minute, the new edition 2023, you'll never guess what we just learned. You need to buy the new book though. And you read the new book and it says, we got this new product and the whole book is just basically a big commercial that you just bought and read this big commercial. But don't worry, I know you're thinking, where are we going to get health powder from 2023? It's the new thing nobody's heard about. Don't worry, I just talked to the shaman in the desert and we got 8 trillion pounds of it, only $99.99 a month, but you got to get it right now. And then 2024 comes around. Oh my goodness, health powder! But we got health powder EX. It's the extra potent blend. We had to talk to the other shaman in the mountains, but we walked all the way over there. $149.99 a month. But this is going to be the best you've ever seen, the best you've ever get. It's just this. How they have all the...
Eggy, what are we doing with our lives? Like, we have these people listening to us. Why are we not taking advantage of them at every turn? Like, we could be scamming all 3,000 of these viewers right now. You know how much money is in them there hills? Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know about you, but I personally took a vow to my audience once upon a time. In fact, I didn't even accept any live stream donations for a long time either. People would just kind of force them on me because they appreciated what I did so much. But I always felt that people that made money off the internet were not to be trusted. So I always I wanted to keep it as real as could be. So I actually had multiple opportunities to make, some amount of money doing certain things, or, shilling this or shilling that. And I turned it all down. I said, listen, I don't want to seem like some kind of bought and paid for person. So I turned down possibly thousands of dollars from outside interests to use what I had at the time as far as an audience to make money. And you know what? To be honest, my advice to anybody else is don't do that. Take all the money.
Well, I think it was noble in the beginning, but now the culture has made it so everybody's constantly grifting and stuff like that all the time. So, these days, nobody would probably scoff at anybody's sponsorship or anything like that.
Yeah, I just feel like the way that I was getting down, I just had a certain, I'm hard-headed. I'm a prideful person sometimes. Speaking of which, it's that time of the month. Anyway, no, but...
Even back when BetterHelp had the big controversy and everybody's like, oh, if you are sponsored by BetterHelp, fuck you, you piece of shit. You can go check the fucking state of the YouTube tapes, folks. Even back then, I was saying, good for them. I'll say anything for money. Are you kidding me? Somebody offers a sponsorship on any episode of this podcast for any product, or just to call somebody a cunt, does not matter, okay? You can buy and pay for my fucking mouth at any time. Used to do that on Fiverr, made fucking hundreds. I don't know why I put my account on holiday mode or whatever, but maybe I should bring that back. Fuck it. It's 2023. This is how people make, their side hustles. Just pay me to say something on social media.
See, well, I do it through the rap verses. They say, Eggy, can you make a rap verse telling my entire family that I hate them and that I wish that they had never given birth to me? I put on that beat. Listen, somebody's about to get scathed, but that's artistic, creative expression, and that's how I express myself.
Yeah, I'm just a shill for anything. I'm not bringing any art into it.
But you could, though. You know what? You probably have never seen a video from Trap Lore Ross, that British man who talks about that hip and hop. But his whole thing is that, he does like rap songs, which, they're not bad, but it's also like a 100-pound British guy, on some, no disrespect, but not the average hip and hopper. But he basically makes little rap songs for his Raid Shadow Legends. Yo, what's up? And I'm here to say you go to play some Raid Shadow Legends today, or whatever. So you could
That's
get that.
Far worse than me reading the script that they wrote. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know. I'm starting to think putting artistic effort into shilling an ad is almost the most disgusting thing I can think of. It's like when a popular band is now doing like a Toyota commercial and they're singing a parody of their own song. Like that's shilling and selling out big time. You know, at least you know that it's company words being puppeteered through me.
You know what? I actually do agree with you, and I respect that opinion.
Well, and that's not even what you're doing anyway. People are, if they're paying you to diss their family, that's not, you know, a shill thing at all.
That's just a mentally unstable thing.
No, it's called having a clientele that needs your specific brand of go fuck yourself.
That's very true. Absolutely, yes. It's supply and demand. All these other artists, they're too proud to, you know, have some 19-year-old college dropout message them with their last $20 and say, Eggy, you know, this stupid bitch, I call her my mother, you know, she's trying to make me, you know, go back to college for my dildo engineering degree, and I need you to just drop these bars and so I can play it in a boombox in her bedroom.
Is that the going rate? $20 and you'll do somebody's diss track for him?
Well, yes. Well, and it's, but I will say this. I'm kind of like, I don't know what you relate this to. I definitely give more effort when people give me more money. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, if you give me $20, it's going to take like 2 weeks for me to get around to it. And then I'm going to kind of just.
Did you ever do the one you were supposed to do at my house and then you didn't do it?
Well, that was 2 weeks ago. So I'm actually going to do it today.
Wow. Well, hey, if we're going to turn this into a little bit of an ad, I want to talk through this a little bit. You know, $20, that is pretty cheap. If people want to contact you about this, where do they go?
Well, if you could message me on Instagram at officialeggwhite, that's probably the most normal way to get a hold of me. If you want to directly email me at 1eggwhite@gmail.com, that is the number 1eggwhite@gmail.com, because you can also send your beat there if you have a beat already in mind, whatever you want to do. But I'll probably end up having people send their beats, whatever extra things, to that email anyway. So if you want to just skip the initial proceedings, go right to the email.
Hey, let me sweeten the deal. I know for a fact if you do this, you'll make the money. What if you say, hey, $50, I'll do the song, and for an extra 10, I'll post your whatever fucking song you wanted on my channel, on the LSMS Fitness channel, so then, you know, everybody can see it. It's also advertising your service, because I happen to know that there are people in my Discord server with a lot of money to waste, evidently, who are beefing big time. Fucking Blair and Toot are offering everybody who will listen hundreds of dollars to talk shit about the other one. I think Robel was paid like $100 to unban Toot. I was paid $100 to ban Toot. And it's just these idiots throwing money at us to bully each other. I'm sure one of them at least would love for Eggy to diss the other one in a rap song and then post it on his channel.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's going to be June 1st, but probably by the time this gets posted. Yes. So in order to cement my YouTube, I mean, I do have that expiring strike this month, so that's good. But to make sure I never get banned again, you know, to post some uplifting trans wix mixing yeah,
because June is LGBT Pride Month or whatever, right? Or was that some other month?
Well, actually, it's called Pride Season now, I heard. I think it's going for the whole summer.
Pride year soon? Pride Millennium?
I think pretty much about, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty proud, so it's working on me.
Well, you know what? I guess I'll definitely take that into a strong consideration. I'm really going to consider it, and my HR team over here at Egg White Records will definitely give that a good, strong look over. Yeah,
just you'll have to find a way to be as transphobic as possible without breaking any rules, so good luck.
And I'm not even gonna think of those preview rhymes that just came into my head. I'm not even gonna jeopardize this podcast.
No, please. You think the bots are listening 24 minutes in? We're good. They gave up after you said that you're gonna set your pubic hair on fire.
Yeah, did I say that specifically? I mean, I do have armpits. Either way.
Isn't pubic anything below your neck anyway? We could probably say that.
That's probably true. You know, I'd have to look at a medical dictionary. Mm-hmm. It's funny, you know, so I got an offer last month to where I was going to get like $700 off of my health insurance deductible to get a free physical at the clinic. And I still chose to just skip that to come down for the Wings and Boogie fight instead.
Yeah, worth it.
Yeah. I said, I haven't been to the doctor in 11 years. Why do I need to start now?
True, yeah, because then the doctor might forbid you from entering the ring against Nikocado Avocado, and we'll all miss out on that glory.
That's right. And
Speaking of glory, there's one other piece of Mumkey news I wanted to share with everybody before I guess we move on to Patreon or whatever's going on later on. Sure. But I did a straw poll on the channel, the community tab. I was thinking, a lot of people, they want to see these old Let's Plays from back in the day, 2017, 2018 era, before they all got deleted. Thankfully, I found on my computer immediately after my live stream where I said I could not find it. I found the archive of all these old Let's Plays. So I did a poll. Which one should I upload first as a big epic video? Saturday morning cartoon for the Mumkey gang. They can all tune in together and relive the glory days, or perhaps the nightmare days, depending on your frame of reference. And I think I gave them 5 good options, but overall, out of the 5, the one with currently 47% of the vote was the Asperger Let's Play, me and him doing Sonic Adventure 2. It's like 6 hours and 15 some odd minutes long, but it got copyrighted when I uploaded it because of fucking Brad Dassey's I'm Coming Home, which I didn't even know was fucking copyrighted. You son of a bitch, Brad Dassey. I'm not letting you make the $20 revenue off that video, dude. So I had to cut that part out, and I'm re-uploading it. So sorry, it'll be about a minute shorter. If you want to see the uncensored Brad Dassey cut, I'm sure you can find that archive somewhere.
We'll have one of those 2 brave, stunning women pay $100, and you can send it to them in a Google Drive or something, and they can post it and make no money on it.
I mean, it's literally just I play 3 full minutes of the Brad Dassey music video, so if anything, you can just pause it at that part and go watch the whole thing.
That's right. You could take that part you cut out and then put that unlisted in the description for the Let's Play.
I just linked to Brad's actual music video. I don't need to be that petty about it, but
that's true. Yeah.
And I should mention that is the only thing that would be cut out. I listened through a few parts, and some people will probably be shocked and mortified and like, oh, I can't believe Mumkey didn't cut this out. Listen, folks, it is what it is, YouTube. Like, that's all I can say. I can't rewrite the history. I'm not going to gaslight people into thinking that certain conversations weren't had or whatever. And this is all stuff that can be found elsewhere on the internet, and I don't see why I shouldn't archive it myself on this channel. But, you're going to hear things that are shocking and upsetting and embarrassing, and like specifically for me, and that's fine. Like I'm saying, it is what it is, and as disturbing as it may be, I did have a big smile for all the parts I was watching, so I think it's a good watch.
Sometimes you gotta dig back to the vaults, if I had any of my channels that weren't completely obliterated, and if any of those thousands of hours of streams weren't lost, I'm sure that I could. Well, I know I do still have the one. I do still have. There's a stream in my lore. It was the first time I ever really got drunk on stream.
I have to see that.
I do still have the full 6.5 hour. I drank I don't know. It was either I drank 1 whole liter of hard liquor in 2 hours, or
oh, God.
Something like that.
What age was this? 23?
It was in 2018. There is still a video. Yeah, so I would have been 26. Yeah. So there is still a video archive called I Lived, where it's just what I say in the video is I woke up completely naked, covered in vomit, with my entire desk flipped over. So yeah, I don't even know. I think the stream only ever ended because when I was writhing on the ground, I think I ripped the power cord out of the wall. But yeah, it had many thousands of views, and it didn't get taken down right away. I just personally took it down after the fact, but just for historical archival purposes, I did download the entire stream archive before I took it down off YouTube, and it's still on one of my hard drives. So
will you ever do a video like revisiting it or reacting to your original drunken stupor?
Yeah, it was probably the most just insane thing that to this day that I've ever, and that's a high, because that was, I don't even think that was the first time I did puke on stream, but it's definitely happened multiple times since then. I haven't taken off as many. I don't know if I took off all my clothes on. I don't think I did. I think I was only mostly naked.
I would hope you didn't strip naked.
The thing of it is, here's the thing of it, Tubes. You know what I'm saying? Tubes? There's definitely like levels of depravity. And
like the stream is going down the what's it called? Dante's Inferno, like each level of hell deeper.
It's like anytime I probably puked less than 10 times on streams, which, you know, for streaming for like 6 years or 6.5 years, I mean, that's only like not even 2 times a year on average, right?
You've only aged your kidneys 30 years in that time.
Right. But I've only taken off my shirt like 3 or 4 times, and those have all. That's like if I start taking my shirt off, that's like critical, like 95%. Somebody's DDoS stream. You know, I'm lucky I'm not getting swatted, because it's like we all levels have been maxed out. It's like this can get really, really bad. But thankfully, you know, ever since I've been out here being a professional commercial driver for the last 9 months, you know, I've really cut back on the drinking, to be honest, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Now,
well,
I'm pretty sure
let me ask you this, because it sounds like you taking off your shirt is always a critical darling and everybody loves it.
Okay.
2 days ago, I officially signed us up for the 48-hour film contest this July. Ooh. The early bird special still cost $158 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me? Early bird, that's the discount? Jesus fuck. But anyway.
Thanks, Obama.
It is what it is, YouTube. Even fucking film contests have inflation now, for fuck's sake. Hopefully that means nobody can afford to enter and we're the only ones and we win. But my question is, Eggy, if everybody jizzes in their panties when you take off that shirt, are you willing to be shirtless on the big screen in a film that is shown in a theater?
Well, I mean, depending on what the scene is, I'm not gonna just.
I'm not. I mean, before we even begin planning a movie, I need to know what each actor's line in the sand is of what he will not do, no matter what. Listen,
it's called art. I will go all the way. I will literally die in the movie in real life.
Yes.
For a good scene.
Okay, so Biggs used to be that way. I don't think he is anymore after the whole marriage thing and being a respectable Christian man. But if we have Eggy, because we've seen him eat Play-Doh, we've seen him eat spicy food, so he's willing to put himself at risk for the sake of art. I think... Should I tell you about a character I've been thinking up in my head that I could potentially play if we're lucky enough to have some sort of mystery genre, as in like solving a mystery?
Sure. Go right ahead.
So I'm a big fan of Columbo. It should be no secret at this point. Watching a lot of Columbo. And I thought it would be funny if there was like some sort of like school shooting mystery, and it's like, oh man, we need to find out who gunned down these kids. This is the job for Lieutenant Columbino. He's a character who is half Columbo, half Columbine shooter. So I walk in dressed like Columbo, and I'm doing all of his catchphrases and stuff, but then the other half of my personality and why it's like Dexter or whatever, like I can get into the mind of to solve the crime, because I'm also part school shooter. And I don't know if Lieutenant Columbino will be a critical darling itself at the 48-hour film festival, but if we gotta do mystery, I would pitch it in the room and see what you guys thought.
Well, I do like the premise. Yeah, and I think that it's really relatable to the people who really only matter, and I don't care with some old stuffy broad, with some big thick glasses with the big old chain dangling behind them or whatever. This movie, it's where's the DEI? Where's the ESG? Listen, ma'am, there's only Kino.
Yeah, I just think I might be a little hypocritical because the one other time I did the 48-hour film festival, like half of the jokes were just from the Dark Knight Rises plane scene. And I made a video like, okay, guys, here's the short film we did. Now, here's where we fucked up. We didn't know our audience. You got to make sure you know your audience if you want to be successful. But now I might just, say fuck it, agree with you here and say, I was wrong in that video. Fuck the audience. It doesn't matter what they think. You make what you know to be the truest Kino of all. And if the average normie out there who paid to come watch their shitty grandson's entry to the contest doesn't like it, good. That means it's real art. If everybody likes it, it's the fucking Mario movie. Sure, it's pretty to look at, but I wouldn't say it's a true piece of art, And I don't want to be the Mario movie. I want to be a Serbian film.
That's right.
Thank you.
A Serbian school.
Yes! And I think it's got to be called Lieutenant Columbino because that's a little intriguing. And it's also like it's a video for nobody. Like there's nobody on earth other than me whose interests have an overlap of Columbo and school shootings. It might be me and nobody. Like even you guys don't watch fucking Columbo. You guys wouldn't even understand what the fuck.
For me, it's Matlock. But
Columbo, he's just he's so funny to me. I'll have to check out Matlock though. Isn't he a lawyer?
Or maybe I don't think I'm thinking of Columbo. I'm thinking of Matlock, right?
Columbo's a detective. Matlock I thought was a lawyer.
In America, mystery legal drama. What about criminal defense attorney?
So do you want to play Matlock and I'll play Columbo and they can go to war?
And that we could do that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, is Matlock, because Columbo is also like a 5'5" man, and he has my same haircut, so I think it would fit.
I was actually thinking of Columbo, yeah. So that's my bad.
Oh, good. There you go.
It's a great program. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Columbo?
It's very, it's like when I was growing up, I grew up listening to the Sherlock Holmes radio mysteries on 8-track or whatever. My grandparents had those. So I got really inclined to those sort of whodunits. Mm-hmm. But I was watching some Columbo not too long ago, but I can't remember what the circumstances were. I was somewhere.
It might have been at my house because we've been binging it over here. We're almost through the whole thing.
No, I was. Maybe it was when I was in Texas. Maybe I was at my hotel in Texas. Maybe I watched it like a few hours of it one night or whatever. But. Yeah, I can't remember what got me on the kick, but it's good though. I mean, I definitely would recommend it to anybody for sure. It's a great program.
I never thought I'd be intrigued and loved watching a TV show that was on like in the 60s. You would think that it's a little out of date, out of touch for us, but no, it's like pure fucking Kino. You could tell that they actually cared about the script back then, and it wasn't just let's plug in our agenda of the week, and that's the plot for this week's episode. No, Columbo, they kept up with the times. Columbo's always finagling with new technology that, I have no idea what the fuck that is, but it was new to him. We've outgrown that shit by fucking decades, but damn, he uses it to solve the mystery somehow.
That's right. And, you never know when technology might go too far, and you got smart face scanning locks on everything and all this stuff. So we might need to go back and study Columbo and find that sweet spot of technological progress that he was, knowing of in his time, and go back to that.
That just reminded me of, I feel like I've been studying Columbo, so I have to play him at some point. And I was thinking, during the script writing process, do you know how fucking easy this is going to be now that ChatGPT is a thing? Not even to write the script, but if I wanted to find out, what are the phrases Columbo says most often, as his catchphrases, I think ChatGPT is going to have those a lot easier than probably Google will, for really specific stuff like that.
That's right.
So we'll keep the human touch, but as a research tool, I think we might be able to impersonate people much easier now.
Well, then we could get us some samples of his voice, run it through that 11 labs or whatever. So if we need like a narration at certain points or something, we could use like an authentically recreated voice.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I wonder what we have to like copyright paperwork, all the music and stuff. So we can't just like use anybody's song since people have to pay to see this in the theater. I wonder what the law is on just like stealing Peter Falk's voice for a fucking video.
It doesn't exist yet, so let's abuse it.
Yeah, get fucked, Columbo.
Or, speaking of which, we could probably introduce, because this I'm not so familiar with. I'm a little familiar with the voice AI, the 11 Labs, but I'm sure that there probably is something where you could introduce like the theme song or the outro song or something to some kind of machine learning and say, hey, could you make this slightly different? And then it'll like recompose. I don't know if that exists yet, but it probably does. But something to think about, because we could have our technically own original music. Well, nobody owns it. I made it. I just through the power of technology.
Yeah. I think if we're going for a sound alike, unless the fucking composer of the Columbo theme song is in the Des Moines theater, who's ever gonna know?
That's right. Well, and as the meta angle of Columbo is all about using technology for solving his crimes, we're using technology to sort of skirt copyright law. So it's like meta too,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I would like to see Columbo in the modern day solving a crime with ChatGPT, if only. One more thing. According to this, I can't even think of one. I need ChatGPT to write me Columbo script where he uses you to solve. And also, the gimmick of Columbo, of course, is that we know who did it. Like the opening scene, Columbo's not even in it. We just watch the perpetrator commit the murder, and then the whole time, Columbo, like we're trying to figure out when Columbo figures it out. So I guess in this short film of ours, the opening scene would just be the killer shooting some children. I think they would kick us out before my character even gets introduced, Eggy. I'm starting to think this might actually not work.
Hasta la vista, babies.
Yeah, you want to play the school shooter, Eggy? He enters the school with his shirt off and with a gun.
Well, I did just buy this $500 leather coat that I'm gonna wear to a goth show.
Only wear it. Yeah, no shirt, just the trench coat over. I like that.
Yeah, you see my gut dangling by the barrel of a rifle, and then it pans up to children's school for the children's school for innocent children, and
my cousin has like a fucking 2-year-old, so that could be the kid at the school, like a literal baby sitting there getting shot. This is a good episode to do on camera, Eggy. I'm glad we decided to do this. Should we go to should we take a restroom break after all my Red Bull and then do some Patreon questions?
Well, I'm all right, but you can go right ahead though.
Okay, BRB.
Yes, so many possibilities to make such beautiful copyright-free works. We could make the movie poster with AI. I need to look at this AI music. I mean, they're out here on YouTube. They have all these albums being made with artists' voices, and it's really being written and performed in reference tracks by other people. There has to be a way for me to compose an entire soundtrack. Oh, and I can make it just so I have that engineer's ear, that artist's ear to set it perfect. Now, it's not my film, but, I'm just saying, though, that this technology... Oh, I'm not switched on today.
Oh, my Lord, pimp. Oh, we're back. Welcome back, piss testers. Woo! Just tried out the new Toilinator 4000. Took a big steamy piss. And Eggy, what'd you think of that piss?
It's good, YouTube.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to the dream of getting KingCobra in the fish tank? As far as I can tell, he did not appear, Eggy. What? Is there a story? Because you were doing some finagling behind the scenes.
Yeah. See, I'm glad you brought it up because I have had a couple messages of people saying, because I stamped that with my word because you literally saw me on the phone right before your very eyes receiving those calls, not even making
It's true.
them.
It was in cousin Joey's living room, and he got to hear the whole thing. He has no clue about the ramifications of these important phone calls happening right next to him.
That's right. Well, I mean, basically the best that I can tell from what I've gleaned in the aftermath was that they pretty much rolled out the red carpet for him, and I don't know, so he also was just filming a new documentary. It was occurring simultaneously, it was actually like the day before or whatever that I received the call. The day before, somewhere around there, this your favorite son who makes these video game breakdown videos, he's making a KingCobra documentary because he's been fascinated about learning about all the Cobra lore, and I think he's been watching some other channels. He's been in my live stream chat and things, but anyway, I don't know for sure that if Cobra kind of had both options in front of him and he kind of just took, hey, your favorite son drove or flew or whatever he did to Cobra's front door. Sounded like you had all kinds of good, let's go out and have all this fun right here in town. Boom, all the dank drink combos you want. We'll have all the dank food hacks you want, versus where he would have had to have gone and traveled across the entire country to Fishtank, which was in the last couple weeks of its. So it was going to be that he was going to be one of the...
him and the fucking fat naked kid? Oh boy.
Because it was like as a what they called freeloader in the show, which was sort of like a brought-in character, not someone who was a part of the cast that was competing, but just sort of like an additional body in the house to cause some silly situations. So I think I didn't get a straight answer from really anybody in regards to it, but I think he just had something better in front of him, and when they rolled the red carpet out for him, he was like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm doing my documentary, So that's basically what it seems like to me.
Maybe save him for Fishtank 2.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, because they said, they were gathering ideas for season 2 before the conclusion of season 1, which was a day or two ago now. So I thought maybe it was going to be like they were going to really pack out multiple seasons. But Sam, he posted, all right, I'll see you guys in the winter. So I guess it sounds like it's going to be some months yet before the next season commences. So if Cobra is all in good spirits and in good shape, I believe they would still like to have him be a part of it. I feel like he'll only have more followers and be more of a YouTube celebrity by the time winter comes around. So I hope he does give it a consideration. As far as I know, they're more than willing and happy to accommodate him in the tank.
And hell, if Amp Lemon got in there, Eggy, maybe they should throw you in for season 2 as well. And as for all the people who are tagging me on Sam Hyde's posts when he says, what do you want to see? Like, I'm flattered, I guess, but no thank you. I don't need to go in that house. You don't need to tag me anymore, but I appreciate your thinking of me.
You don't want to compete against KingCobra for $35,000?
No. No, I don't need that. I don't even think I would go on Big Brother at this point. Like, Survivor would be fun. I don't like the idea of being recorded 24/7. It's a little bit too much.
What if they get a really good Wi-Fi type setup? They have an island. Fishtank 2 is, they got Starlink from Elon Musk or something. Somehow they can make it work where it's broadcasting, but also on an island with Survivor challenges.
Well, it's not even Survivor. It's like Survivor is an edited program, so they're not going to see me 24 hours a day. Like, they don't need to watch me like take a shit or whatever the fuck's going on Big Brother. I don't really watch the live feeds that much. Eggy. Oh, speaking of, never mind. I can't even. When I was on the fucking podcast today, Eggy, the strangest thing happened. My old Alexa would not connect to Wi-Fi anymore. It was broken, so I had to do away with her, my old YouTube star, co-host. But I bought a new one, identical. She has been replaced. Nobody will know other than people who hear this podcast, and that's fine. And this new Alexa in the middle of this fucking podcast that's gonna have like 90,000 fucking viewers potentially based on their other episodes, my fucking Alexa starts saying my address out loud. Apropos of nothing. I said nothing, and she just started saying it. Like, what the fuck? I'm so glad it was not a live program. Like, thank God Nux or whoever is editing Mumkey Slave is, I don't know, these people, whoever, thank God that they're gonna be able to take that out. Like, what the fuck? I might never plug it in again. If I'm gonna start streaming, it just starts doxing me. Why? It's unbelievable. So I told them they can leave it in because it's a funny moment, but just beep out my fucking information. So go check that out halfway through the podcast.
Did you have a package that you were supposed to receive or something? Because I feel like I don't use that technology, but I feel like there's something to that where it says like your package was delivered or it beeps or something. I don't know, because my mother has one and it's been something a lot. She sent me. I've never been in the presence of it, but she's mentioned before, like, oh yeah, Alexa, and she got like a tablet or like a little. It's like a thermo. It's temperature and weather, and it's all connected together. But I think it notifies or says like, beep, package was delivered at whatever. So I don't know if it's a time or if it does say address.
Yeah, maybe Amazon dropped off some cat food or something. Maybe I should go check. But that's fucked up. Like, I did not give you permission to say that shit, you stupid bitch. But it is what it is, Whatever.
Technology. Columbo would have never allowed Alexa to hear and read all his thoughts and address. He stuck to the good old telescopes and periscopes and all that old-fashioned shit.
And he keeps his hand behind his back. And he goes, "Oh well, my wife, you see, she loves the EggMen black pill video." His wife is like always really into whatever the murderer is into.
well, I mean, I don't want to incriminate myself. But
well, in this video, I mean, maybe you should just be playing Eggy as known from the internet, and he's just like shooting babies at school.
Well, there's been characters in small indie projects and things that have been like lay evil incel, and they're based on like my physical appearance. So I can just be like, oh, those fucking kids.
Is that the next Is It Kino miniseries? Like movies loosely based on Eggy? We could do that. You mean Kino Corner? Tackle some literally me movies?
Chad Jr. goes to that school. Oh, I'll show Chad who's really boss.
I mean, are there really that many movies like that? Because I'd love to see them. Incel kills Chad Jr. What the fuck? Like, if that movie doesn't exist, we can go make it. That could be the name of our 48-hour film. We still don't know who's going to play Chad Jr. It can't be Kino Corner. I don't even know if he's showing up.
Oh, let's see. Who do we know that's short? Well, I mean, Rusty looks a little old to be playing a elementary school.
I'm already playing a half a school shooter, so if I need to play incel, I guess if you're the other incel or whatever.
I'll put a Craigslist ad up and be like, looking for 6-year-old children to play murder victim in film. Please.
Rusty could pull the "How do you do, fellow kids" meme. He's got that in his back pocket. He could play a child.
That's true, and he's. I'm sure we'll definitely.
But Rusty's not even gonna fucking be here. He would not come to Iowa for this shit. No way.
we get like just have him film like a little something with like I don't know, whatever, in his house, and then we just meticulously crop him out frame by frame and put it into.
He has a green screen. They have that.
Okay.
Yeah, he could do that.
Perfect. So we're green screen him right into yeah, I was gonna say
if he's standing in the corner of his house, and films himself, they'll never know it wasn't filmed in Iowa. All his scenes are like just his character is always standing in the corner talking to everybody else in the scene, and we never see him in a shot with another character. They would never know. He'd just be corner guy. We could get Baron von Brunk in there somehow. He wanted to come over, but it's gonna be fucking. There's no room to sleep as it is with all the people who are coming. But maybe he could film something from Manhattan, and they'd be like, wow, they went all the way there for this shit. What the fuck?
Well, actually, I'm going to be in New York City this weekend, so if we need a little quick B-roll of some kind of building or something,
hey, anything you got, sure. But they'll probably say, if you didn't film it in the 48 hours, it's cheating. Or
that's true.
Let's see. Uh-oh, cousin Joey missed call. Yeah, I don't know. Let's, maybe if he calls again, I'll answer it on the show, but you won't be able to hear him. Let's do some Patreon questions. Taffy wants to know the general plan for the rest of our lives. Eggy, is there any chance one day we'll both be fucking living in the same city and we'll going live, boy, every night for the people, you know, making snack testers or whatever, shitty shows once a week together? Is that a pipe dream?
Well, I think it is a very, very real possibility. You know, I've been just stacking my paper over yonder in Wagey land, been stacking it up, and I think, you know, if I could just hold off on splurging and indulging on any of life's wonderful pleasures and just really just I'll see it all the way through, I'll be living very near and dear to the Simian Lear, and Kino will appear, you know what I'm saying, YouTube?
That would be cool. I mean, it's probably a horrible business and financial mistake for you, but it's true, Kino. Sometimes you have to suffer for your art. Sometimes you have to live in fucking Iowa. It's rough, but
yeah, I mean, it can't be all that bad. I've seen a lot of fast food restaurants there, and you know what else does a man really need? So I think
as long as Jimmy John's is selling those $1 gift cards on the illegal website that everybody's begging us to find out about.
Yeah. It's sort of like we had this oil problem over the last year and a half. We had to dig into like decades worth of oil reserves. We've been going through decades of Jimmy John's stolen gift card reserves or whatever, or however these are obtained. I don't know.
We don't know. We don't care. We just buy them.
Exactly. We've been feasting. We've been, with Marie Antoinette. Let them have Jimmy John.
I mean, basically, it probably is cake with the bread. I think it can be classified like how pizza is a vegetable with Michelle Obama.
Half cake, half fucking floor mat ingredients or whatever.
Yeah, that's Subway mostly, but
I haven't seen where the bread comes from. I just imagine it all comes from the same place, like where babies come from in the storks. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yoga mats are coming out of one side of the factory, and Subway bread's coming out the other.
I'm saying I haven't seen it, so therefore, whatever I believe to be real is real.
Well, speaking of delicious fast food, but not necessarily fast food in Iowa, or at least my area, Soapy wants to know: Eggy, KFC or Chick-fil-A? And not politically. Uh-oh, you see what Chick-fil-A's been up to?
I did. I heard that allegedly I heard they hired a new president of diversity or something. I don't know. I'm not.
That's going to sell more chicken.
That's right. Well, it might. I mean, they're diversifying their markets. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen anybody get kicked out of a Chick-fil-A because of any reason why they shouldn't have. But
I don't know if I've seen anybody kicked out of any place. At least fast food. They'll let those mongrels do anything in there, dude. It's McDonald's. It's a lawless land.
I did go to a McDonald's in South Carolina once because I was hungry and they had bulletproof glass up. But I think that might have been Georgia. I can't remember. I was going between the states. Either way, that's probably the most dangerous looking fast food place that I've ever personally been in. With that being said, I'm going to give it to Chick-fil-A. I never really knew about Chick-fil-A. When I was working in Rhode Island, though, it was definitely like the fast food of choice in Providence, and so I got put onto the.
What did you do in Rhode Island, if you can share?
Just over the years, going and doing stuff with like the one team, and just kind of visiting up there too. Seeing some of those guys, some of those internet people, some of the audience.
So you didn't have like when you said working in Rhode Island, I imagine like you're like a crab fisherman or some like Rhode Islandese thing.
Okay, visiting Rhode Island and, maybe taking a couple pictures or making a couple streams or making a couple videos, with some internet people. But the spicy deluxe from Chick-fil-A, that's what everybody would get. We'd go to Chick-fil-A and like literally every single person out of like 8 guys would get the spicy deluxe combo. So I got put onto that, and it was very good. The McDonald's, I think they tried to like replicate that with like the McCrispy or something now. It's just not quite the same. KFC, I've just never really lived near one at all. The last time I lived near a KFC was probably about 20 years ago. Whenever they came out with popcorn chicken, that might not have been a full 20 years, it might have been like 18 years ago. But the popcorn chicken, that was definitely a guilty pleasure for me because my parents did not have very much money. Every now and then it could be treated with such popcorn chicken delights. But as far as their normal chicken goes, I just don't have any kind of frame of reference.
What about the dipping sauce on that or popcorn chicken?
I think I was doing barbecue at the time. I still say barbecue is definitely a go-to. I'm very partial to honey mustard.
Mm-hmm. I like hot mustard as well.
Oh yeah. When I'm at Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A sauce is decent. I know I think some people hype it up a little too much.
They sell it like at Walmart now, and I've never felt inclined to buy it. It's, I don't know, maybe it is overrated. I don't know if I really want Chick-fil-A sauce all the time.
I mean, I don't dislike it. It's just sort of like it's the same thing with vitamins. I don't go for like the all-in-one blend. I feel like Chick-fil-A sauce, it's too much like different stuff blended. I'd rather have the 5 condiments or whatever that make it up, and I can just have those as I please in my fridge. I don't want to like buy the all-in-one, mayo chup. They got that on Kraft. Mm-hmm. They have like mayo stirred or whatever.
What about French? Would you eat French dressing and ranch mixed together?
That sounds disgusting.
If you tried that, would you sit on a toilet and commit suicide?
Well, maybe involuntarily.
Yeah, that's the plot of a Breaking Bad episode. I'm not kidding.
Really?
He eats French and then he commits suicide on the toilet. That really happened.
Well, if it's good enough to die for, you know what? Maybe next snack testers, somebody write that down.
French.
Cup of French on the side. They probably got Applebee's or some fucking restaurant that sells salads. I'm sure you get a cup of each from one of these places.
I mean, we could just, if we're doing snack testers or wheel of cursed meals, we could just buy French dressing, I assume.
This next time I come over, I'll probably fucking DoorDash something drunk at like 10 o'clock. And I'll pick some place that has French dressing and ranch dressing available.
Say mix them up. Put that in the order note. Can you guys do a whole podcast of calling restaurants and insisting they offer food challenges from ChatGPT? That was probably my favorite segment from last time we did that. I did end up going to that zombie burger a few days ago, but I did not ask them if they were still doing the fried pickle challenge. If anybody called them and pranked them like I requested, they did not tell me. So somebody follow up.
Well, I think if we give ourselves a little bit of time to, drop like 15 challenges that are confirmed fake from some popular spots around the country. We don't necessarily need to be
my local businesses.
Buzzing the people right down the fucking street that are gonna come and kick our door in for pissing them off so much.
Okay, I'm loading up ChatGPT.
Well, you know what? You could ChatGPT. Tell me the 15 most popular restaurants in the United States, and then we go one by one.
Popular restaurants in the United States. It says number 1, McDonald's, 2, Subway, Starbucks, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, Dunkin' Donuts, Applebee's. See, I think Applebee's deserves to be pranked. And I don't know if they've ever had a food challenge that I'm aware of, so it would be good to really piss them off. Should I say, ChatGPT, can you come up with 10 fake food challenges that they might have at Applebee's? Should I try that?
That's a good idea. Well, I guess I don't really consider fast food to be, I consider it just pure slop, so I wasn't really thinking of that. I don't know if ChatGPT, they might not have enough knowledge to have 15 popular non-chain restaurants.
Oh, well, yeah, it was just doing like which has the most buildings. You want like popular as in critically popular or just what kind?
Well, see, I watch a lot of these food programs on YouTube, and they go like, all right, today we're in the very well-known famous Pop Shop over in New York City to get that world famous chicken sandwich or just some shit like that, to where the popular tours, maybe you could say that top 15 tourist restaurant.
Or maybe a local restaurant that is not near my house. So like, what is the zombie burger of Gary, Indiana, and we could harass them?
Well,
is that what you're thinking? So just keep it away from us.
I'm not sure if there's any really great tourist restaurants in Gary, Indiana. That might be the one place that anybody that would ever be anywhere near there would actually go to.
Well, yeah, but the idea is we're all going to call this one restaurant on the phone asking about the fake food challenge. So here are 10 fake challenges that perhaps we should all call our local Applebee's and hound them about. What do you think of this, Eggy? The Ultimate Rib Fest. Consume a full rack of Applebee's signature ribs plus a side of coleslaw and fries within 15 minutes. That just sounds like eating dinner. If it's taking you longer than 15 minutes to eat dinner, like, come on, we need this table. Hurry up.
That's right.
So not good enough.
Some kind of supermodel that only eats little slices of carrot or something.
Yeah, like that's normal order for one man. The Triple Stack Burger Challenge. Devour 3 stacked Applebee's burgers, each with a different topping, along with a mountain of onion rings in under 20 minutes.
That sounds like what I might do for dinner tonight. That sounds pretty good.
Okay, I'm going to try to edit it and say, make the challenge extremely difficult. Make the
Eat
challenge
10 racks of ribs within 2 minutes.
Unbelievably difficult and stupid. Okay, let's go. Please remember that it's important to respect the restaurant's policies and not engage in disruptive or disrespectful behavior. Stop spying on me! I unplugged the Alexa. How can you hear me? You motherfucker. The Infinite Appetizer Marathon. Consume an endless supply of Applebee's appetizers in one sitting without repeating any item. The catch, you must finish each serving before ordering the next. Holy shit, there you go. Just eat one of each appetizer.
Fuck, this is,
But it says it's an endless supply. It never stops.
This just went from a fake prank challenge to that could be like a real challenge.
Eggy's intrigued.
Yeah. What do they got? Like they got like 8 different appetizers. I mean, it can't be that. When I get an appetizer there, because they got those half price appetizers, you know, after like 9 p.m. or whatever. I mean, that's just a little snack for me anyway. I get that shit and I'm like, oh, I'd never buy this at full price because this is just a little snack. So if I just eat all 10 appetizers in one sitting with no time limit, I mean, it can't be that hard, right?
This might be a brilliant idea. Have ChatGPT come up with admittedly, an impossible challenge, and then we read them and you decide which one you're going to attempt. That's a great idea. Eggy versus literally an impossible challenge. So number 2, the Mountainous Milkshake Mania. Attempt to finish a gargantuan milkshake tower consisting of 10 different flavors topped with an entire cake, whipped cream, and a cherry within 10 minutes. I think you could probably do that.
I think it might just be because it's getting to be about dinner time, but
that sounds pretty good.
Here, I'm gonna do one myself. I just went for McDonald's specifically. We know that it's the most popular. Introducing the Monster Meal Challenge. Consume a Big Mac, 20-piece nuggets, large fries, 2 apple pies, and a large milkshake in under 20 minutes.
Now, see, that's worse than the Movie Bob McDonald's challenge. We might as well just do that one. ChatGPT thought that was impossible.
Well, didn't Movie Bob have like 4 burgers or something in this thing? So, I mean, 1 burger, 20 nuggets, fries.
He had 20 nuggets on his too. It was like 4 fries, 4 burgers, 2 drinks.
Yeah, this is only 1 fry with 1 drink. I mean,
that's some bullshit.
But
tell ChatGPT to try harder, and it'll say sorry. Let's see, were there any other good ones on yours?
Well, I just went and had to do one because I wanted to, really just. If I put one in, I wanted to make sure that, if I wanted to contribute, that it was really boom. I'm gonna see. But let's hit up Taco Bell one time too. That's another. The Triple Crunch Challenge. 3 Crunchwrap Supremes with double portions of all fillings stacked on top of each other. Also with not
so 6 times one normal one.
Yeah. And they must be all stacked apparently on. So I guess that's the way. It's the Triple
Crunch Challenge. That's a big bite. I don't know if you can open your mouth that wide. Like even that Molly Schuyler that we watched, she will destroy the food. She won't eat. Like her mouth isn't that big. She'll deconstruct it completely and eat it from the inside out. So surely you wouldn't have to be like a fucking python and unhinge your jaw to take a bite.
I don't know. All I know is you must also eat a large order of nachos and cheese and drink a large Baja Blast within 20 minutes.
Yeah, the Baja Blast would be the hard part. It's not even Code Red. Oh man, get this away from me. Let's do a few more Patreon questions. People, there's at least one guy who gets really mad when I just do Chat GPT. So that guy, get used to it, brother. But
that's right.
These people did pay a whole probably $2 to get in here. So let's see. And Don V says an episode or two ago, Eggy said that Simmons was his favorite contender on Fishtank. Do you still feel that way? Who's your new favorite?
Well, I do not feel that way.
That was before he really started. So, to be fair, you can have a pregame favorite that lets you down.
That's true. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Because I didn't like that John guy because he just, I mean, I'm just literally discriminatory against people that are annoying to me, and I don't care. I'm discriminating against them. And he kind of annoyed me a little bit at the time. But I think now that the dust is settled, I'm certainly not voting for a woman because what do I look like, And I mean, Airsoft Fatty, I don't know. I mean, I could respect people walking around naked. Frank Castle, that's kind of cheating because I mean that's Frank Castle. So if we're talking real competitors, I think to be honest, I would definitely shake John's hand. I think he grew on me a little bit. He's not a sicko. That Morrow guy, he seemed all right too, but just kind of, I don't know. He didn't have that. He didn't have that je ne sais quoi to really, have that pop and swag. But he seemed like an all right guy, so he's a runner-up. But Top J, you know what? Big ups.
Mr. Coffee wants to know: Florian versus Eggy boxing match when? Squash the beef in the ring. Now, Eggy, we talked about this on my live stream, or the one we did together, but then recently I was doing a solo stream and I let everybody know that, I must have been in a pissed off mood that day because I unloaded on Florian, said, the way you're treating Eggy is downright disrespectful. It's unfair. You think he treated you unfairly? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat you 100 times worse than he ever treated you in any way. And you're still going to come back on the show every week. And he still does. And he just fucking refuses to be in the same fucking Discord call as you, Eggy. I don't know what to do.
I mean, I kind of stepped back and I thought about it. And, I still don't support war. That's all. I'm not.
I was probably more in that camp during that podcast than you. I just don't understand why he wants to take the anger out on me, but then he can't, be on a popular show, compared to his show, I guess. So he has to take it out on you for some reason.
I don't think, because I have to pay taxes now due to the fact that I'm working at this job where they, I can't hide the money like I did when I was on the internet, So I literally am funding more to Ukraine than I think Florian. I haven't seen him say that, I just sent $10,000 out of my personal bank account to help the Ukraine war efforts because Ukraine is so great. So
what you're saying is he should put his money where his mouth is. He's so upset that you are literally, our taxes, our country is probably spending 200 million% more than the rest of the countries combined on this fucking Ukraine war. Probably 90% of your paycheck is going straight to Zelensky's pocketbook.
Literally.
Yeah. So what the fuck is Florian doing to help the war effort? Hiding in his apartment?
We just had to we literally capped out on the most debt. We literally hit the limit of debt we could possibly have. We just voted to increase it so we could continue sending money to fund the war in Ukraine that's coming from my paycheck every week. But apparently I'm such a heckin' chudorino for
having the opinion
that war is lay bad. It's apparently too gutted out and I
want to see Florian on the front lines. Austria's pretty close to wherever the fuck. You march on over there. Your people are used to marching through that territory anyway. March on over to Ukraine, Florian. Go help the war effort. Say, I could have cured 1,000 blind people, but here's a tank I donated. I want to hear that in your fucking TikTok. And throw it up on the anti-refuse shorts like you've been doing. Make a short of you donating a tank to Zelensky right now. Otherwise, stop being a little pussy bitch boy. It's bitch made, being scared of Eggy. You cannot hurt a fly. I don't even, like, being scared of Eggy is like being afraid of my cats. Like, come on, man. They're just cute. You're supposed
and those
to look
cats
at
beat me up, so I'm actually even less strong than those cats because they beat me up and I just take it like a bitch.
Yeah, so fuck off, Florian, and I'm going to keep being mean to you until you realize the error of your ways. No remorse. I mean, I'm not even hiding it or being passive aggressive. I'm just telling him what the deal is at this point. So, be prepared, everybody. But anyway, we're going to start doing more Is It Kinos with Eggy anyway. So if Florian doesn't want to show up, that's his problem. We're actually doing one with BG Cumby coming up. So that should be exciting. Have not have hit. I don't think I've done anything with him ever. I did get him to record a voice part for the upcoming video that you are also doing voice work in, Eggy. That's so, right. Big collab coming whenever I get that History of Humanity video out.
And us true Mumkey heads, we've been fiending for the next part for
2
18
years.
months.
It's been 2 years. That's fair.
That's right.
And who knows? It might be 3 years by the time it comes out. But like I'm saying, I just have to accept I'm eternally sick and say fuck it and whatever my voice sounds like in the video. I've been doing this podcast for a fucking hour now. I'll probably sound... they've got to be used to it by this point. Fuck. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find a question worth answering. Scrolling. If I had to change places with one co-host, who would it be and why? Well, let's do the pros and cons of everybody's life, Eggy. I'm sure that's what people want to hear, is us comparing everybody in such a way. So, Florian, you got the money. But it's a lonely existence. I would sooner be alone than pay for the company of a woman. If anything, they should be paying me for my company. So that's right. I can't go with that. Kino Corner sounds like he's eternally stressed out. He's got this fucking 6-figure job, plus he's trying to do his YouTube and all that. He spent 18 hours trying to make Lemon green, and then he gave up on it and it just didn't make him green. I don't want to live that way. E-Rich, I think he has 3.5 jobs. That sounds pretty shitty. Am I missing any pros to these people, Eggy?
I don't know how tall Florian is, but Kino,
he's
like
shorter than me. I think he's like 5'6".
He's 6 foot. Okay, so Florian, I think we got him covered. But Kino, he's like 6'1", 6'2". He's stylish. He's a Fudo fellow.
He's in the bustling city of Austin. Probably lots of freaky ladies to go hang out with.
Man's got a network bigger than Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I remember I seen him grustle up from 50 subscribers on YouTube over the last 3 years to big 100K plus. So he's a real grustler, nice guy, pleasant.
No, he made us clean his kitchen. It's like, that wasn't my mess, motherfucker. Well, I'm not forgetting that one. I have fucking cleaned that shit.
I think there was a turbulent period there. We call it the Lightwave era.
Sure, that's fair. And I think his OCD was kicking in. He's like, I have so many people at my house and it's not like super clean. Yeah.
Once again,
he didn't know how to handle it.
Autism is a superpower. That's what the internet told me. So
yeah, I think it's neuroticism. It's not autism with him. But it is what it is, YouTube.
Yeah, I think that autism is like the free bingo space in all of these comparisons for every single person. So.
Yeah, honestly, no offense to any of y'all, but I'm fine being me. I don't want to trade motherfucking lives. I like being me. Come on.
That's right. I've never been insecure, and I don't plan on starting now. You know what? I'm basically a human wrecking ball covered in dynamite that is also simultaneously pissing and shitting, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Did we come up with an alternate title for this episode, Eggy? I think we should give it another shot now that we've talked some things through and we're not just really confused about where we are.
Yes. I'm trying to figure on. I got it. It's like it's coming together. Okay. Men on camera. Because we're on camera and we're men and we're on camera. It's
men
a tantalizing.
On camera because we're on camera and we're men. That's 10 words, but I'll make it fit. It should be fine.
I was thinking just men on camera because it's got style. Okay, it's got mystique. It's inviting. It's intriguing.
Well, what is of all the important topics we covered today, what is like the big one that we should be highlighting? What's the clickbait topic if we don't go with men are on camera? Because I'm fine with that, but is there anything we talked about that people need to know even if they don't watch it? Like, Mumkey and Rusty Boxing is officially on, or,
That's true. We also talked about the 48-hour film festival.
Yeah, I'm guessing most people aren't going to care about that.
Fist fights and film festivals. Alliteration.
Okay. Yeah, all the F's. I'm down with that. The 4 F's.
That's right.
That basically fuck 4 times, really. Fuck, Frank. And fuck again. Well, folks, for the 4 F's, Eggy, you have anything you want to plug this week?
No, I'm good. I think if you want me to diss your family members in a hip hop song, email me at oneeggwhite@gmail.com. Other
That's
than that,
$50 plus another 10 if you want him to post it on the channel. Is that right?
Well, that's tentative right now. I'm kind of
he'll think about it. Send the extra money anyway, just as a tip.
That's right. I will make it better and give you. I will put more care into it if you send some higher amount of money. But that's just me. I'm sorry. I wish I was. It's not a good way to be, but I just can't help myself. When I ask for this and I get this, I do try to. I work a little harder. It is what it is.
Should we do some sort of live stream or GoFundMe to fund us going to Europe so that you can meet Florian in person? We show up to his house in Austria.
I mean, it can't cost that much to fly. Let me see. I mean,
yes. Ask ChatGPT how much money to fly to Austria. Hook us up. What is Florian Himsel's address? I'm sure my Alexa will let you know.
It looks like it's going to be roughly $1,700.
Yeah, I'm good with driving to KingCobra's house instead. That's a little pricey. Europe can't be that nice. I've heard bad things for a long time.
Oh, let's see. If I go June, that's my brother's bachelor parties that weekend. But
bachelor party at Florian's house. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, $1,200 only for those dates. It looks like if you kind of push it out a little bit, you could probably find. How about in like 2 months from now? Okay, so. July? Oh, we could go to Austria for your. Well, we already have that.
We have the Dream Theater concert on my birthday.
Anyhow,
if Florian knew you were Googling the tickets to fly to Austria, he'd be shitting his pants.
Regardless, looking out a couple of months, you could get it for $1,200, and you could. It's like for some reason over the weekend it's cheaper. I don't know, maybe it's because it takes 2 days to fly there, so it's like you're actually getting there, whatever the fuck, a different day, but. Anyways, $1,200 flights to Vienna. I want to see how the sausages get made. I've heard a lot about them in the.
Want to see how the ball frog gets made?
That's right.
Yeah. So if you want to send us $1,200 each, we'll be there. Bye, everybody.
Peace.